Namaste to you all. Today I want to speak about the shadow, how to go deeper within yourself and really get to release the stuck energy, okay, release the blockage and get to integrate even your shadow self. Now, the shadow self represents unaccepted parts about ourselves, okay? It means that whenever we don't accept a feeling or when we don't accept an experience, it becomes blocked at a subconscious level. And what I've seen in my own journey was the fact that I had to deal with a lot of shadows, a lot of unaccepted parts about myself. But what I'm doing right now, I'm trying as much as possible to actually integrate the shadow. And today I want to share with you guys how I manage and how I'm trying to integrate my own shadows. Now, I've been in moments where I felt like I couldn't accept certain feelings. I couldn't accept certain experiences. And what I've seen is the fact that those experiences were stuck in my emotional field. They were stuck in my emotional body. But what I'm doing right now is I'm realizing that time actually heals you, okay? And time actually unlocks energies from your emotional field. So the first tip, if you really want to integrate your shadow, is acceptance, okay? You gotta begin to actually look at your emotions honestly. You gotta look at your thought patterns honestly. And you gotta look at your belief systems honestly, and you gotta question it. And you gotta accept it, you know? Because when you accept something negative, and this is actually a principle, you give the chance for it to turn into something positive. Okay, so it's about really getting to find the balance between the positive and the negative. And you know, the positive and the negative are two sides of the same coin, because in every negative situation you can begin to find something positive. Okay, this is what I've seen in my own journey, that in every drama and in every bad experience there was something to be learned. Now, the shadow self happens when we don't accept our feelings, and when we don't accept our thoughts, and maybe when we don't accept our experiences. But what I've seen is the fact that if I accepted a negative experience, then I got the opportunity to actually trust it at a different level. Okay, I got the opportunity to actually trust it at a different level. And you know, you have free will, guys. You can be anything that you desire, but sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it's rough. This is what I've experienced in my own journey. Really hell, you know. But what I'm doing right now is I'm trying as much as possible to actually laugh at certain experiences, because I believe that they were not even that serious, you know. And what I've seen is the fact that the moment that I didn't take them so seriously was the moment that I got the opportunity to actually turn them into something positive. Now, in dealing with the shadow, you have to realize that you have the power to be an alchemist. Okay, what is an alchemist? An alchemist is someone that turns every negative experience into love. Okay, the more that you operate from love and the more that you let go of low vibrational feelings, is the more that you will begin to actually alchemize your experiences, you know. And trust me, I know what it is to experience something negative. Okay, I know what it is to experience shame, fear, and even disaster, you know, because I've been there. But what I'm realizing right now is the fact that I have the power to really go deeper within my own thought patterns, emotional patterns, belief systems, and get to alchemize them. So it means that the more negative you feel and the more that you experience rough experiences, is the stronger that you become. Okay, so you realize that when you are facing with something negative, you have the power to become stronger. And this is where trust comes in. You gotta trust, okay? You gotta trust yourself, you gotta trust your intuition, and you gotta begin to integrate even your ego sometimes, you know? Now, the shadow is something that with time will come to the surface. And you know, in order to heal a negative feeling, you have to experience it fully. Okay, so it means that whatever you are scared about, that will keep repeating in your emotional field until you actually face it. So my suggestion is get to face your fear, get to face your low states of consciousness, Get to give yourself the freedom necessary to be anything that you desire, because I believe that you have the power to be anything that you desire. Okay, so it's about realizing that maybe pain is an illusion. I think that this is actually a sixth dimensional truth. Pain is an illusion. Pain is not real, but it seems really real sometimes, you know. And you know, it's okay to experience what you are experiencing. It's okay to feel what you are feeling, you know. It's okay to not only seek the positive, but get to actually embrace and accept even your negative side or your shadow self, you know. So it's all about a process of learning to alchemize your feelings and get to master your emotional body, get to master your mental body, get to master your actions. You know, it's all a process of where you are beginning to open your heart to the experience of completeness. Okay, now what is more important than constantly being positive is being complete. Okay, you don't have to always be nice. Sometimes you have to say no. Sometimes you have to be in your authentic state. It doesn't mean that you have to do evil onto others. It just means that you have to be in your complete state of consciousness. Balance the positive and the negative. You know, this is the principle of polarity. Everything is dual. Okay, left and right, up and down. Masculine and feminine, positive, negative, everything is dual. And from my perspective, when we begin to master and embrace the positive and the negative, we become more complete. Okay, so what I've seen is the fact that in the process of going deeper within myself, I had to realize that I also had to accept negative feelings. I had to really not abandon myself, because what I was realizing was the fact that, and this is really beautiful, I wasn't alone only in the moment that I abandoned myself. Okay, so you're never really alone, because if you don't abandon yourself, you realize that everything is actually one energy, one consciousness, and you are not really alone. Okay, so what I've seen is the fact that, you know, pain is necessary, and pain is something to be felt. You cannot always seek the positive, because when you only seek the positive, you block negative energy. And you know, negative feelings are okay to be experienced, but what I've seen is the fact that the more that I listen to my feelings, the more that I listen to my intuition, was the more that I stepped into vibrational alignment. And vibrational alignment is really staying connected to what you feel, staying connected to your higher self, to your true intuition. And what I've seen is the fact that vibrational alignment is important. And we find vibrational alignment the moment that we begin to master ourselves. Okay, the moment that we begin to master ourselves, we find vibrational alignment. And you know, you have moments in life when sometimes you're being really happy, and maybe you have moments in life where sometimes you're being really sad. Now, these are okay to be experienced, because this may also be a duality. And you know, when you go beyond this duality, realize that you can even begin to transcend your emotional field. You can begin to transcend and not identify yourself with your feelings, you know. So it's all about the process of acceptance. Okay, when you accept yourself, you realize that you don't even have to be perfect. Okay, because you are already perfect in your imperfections, you know. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. So yeah, guys, this is today's perspective on mastering the shadow self. Okay, so the shadow has its purpose. The negative feeling has its purpose, their purpose. You have to begin to accept yourself. This is today's message. Try as much as possible to accept, love, and embrace yourself and see what happens. Because you know, you have your own perspective on life. You don't even have to take my words for it. Okay, you don't even have to listen to my own perspective. I'm only sharing my own subjective truth. You gotta begin to actually test and experience things for yourself. But you know, shadow work happens when we are beginning to look honestly at our thoughts, at our feelings, at our thought patterns, you know. So it's about really a process of where you are beginning slowly to open your heart to the experience that you are experiencing. Because you know, the magic is in the present moment. surrender to the now, and see what happens. Guys, thanks so much for watching. This was today's message about the shadow self. Realize that it's okay to experience what you're experiencing, and it's really good to accept yourself. Even if you feel negative, even if you feel self-hate, just accept yourself and see what happens. Thanks so much for watching, and like always, see you on what is coming up next. If you're new to the YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, and if you wish to be part of my spiritual podcast called Kindly Awakening, feel free to send me a message. Also, if you wish to work with me personally, feel free to contact me at my Facebook address in the description below. Guys, namaste to you, and I'm beginning to really take more responsibility for my life, and I'm beginning to integrate my deepest fears. I'm beginning to let my heart be in the now, and I'm trying as much as possible to just be myself and, expect the best from life. I love you so much, much peace, and see ya. I love you. Bye bye.